We can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings better. Switch on to 94.3 Royal FM. Sponsored by MTN. MTN. Everywhere you go.
Friends, good morning. It's Monday. Today is the 2nd. I told you 2024 is already 91% gone. If you've not done anything yet in this year, like if your dreams are not yet coming to pass, you still have another 9% to fix it.
9.
It's never too late.
No,
it's never too late.
I don't know how we're going to fix that in that 9%.
I mean, NASA is already in the studios. I've been listening his conversations here. Things I have never dreamt of, like meal prepping.
I know, he just challenged me. I feel like I need to go back to do the meal prep.
prepping.
When me, a woman, I'm not doing any meal prepping. I'm just eating whatever is passing by.
So guys,
you're living a good life,
at
bruh.
the age we are on,
We are old. We need
so
to start
there's
doing
an
these
age
things.
you get to
Yes, and you start
where
meal
you go
prepping.
to the gym and work out and you're not losing any weight.
Nothing.
Then your trainer tells you 70% of your gains are going to come from stop taking that sugar, yet you love your
Oh
tea.
my God.
I love my
I'm
tea and
so
sugar.
guilty.
They're
Yeah.
like, stop taking sugar, stop taking bread, stop.
At some
You're
point,
like,
I feel like I
you're
want
like,
to
why
block
don't I
my...
just die?
I want to block my gym instructor.
Stop beer. I personally do not take alcohol, but I'm saying, like, if you're a person out there who takes alcohol,
know.
telling you to stop drinking some here and there is not right.
Stop
That's
the
not
yeast.
right. Yeah, stop
I
yeast,
mean,
stop
but
that.
we need, it's that reality that you just don't want to hear about.
Nah. So
I
what you
mean-
do, if you want to keep doing the things you do, like if you want to keep taking your alcohol once in a while, because alcohol has a large calorie
It has.
intake.
Very, very
If you
large.
want to keep doing some of the things you like, if you want to take your ice cream dessert once in
So
a
for me, it's not
while,
even about alcohol. It's about my ice cream. It's about my sweets.
Uh-huh.
It's
So
about
if you want to keep
bread.
doing all that,
bread. It's
if
about
you want to keep
chapati.
doing all that, there's something called meal prepping,
Okay.
which means you have to eat certain types of foods at certain times of the day in your day, so that you create a caloric deficit, so that you do not get big. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like,
You are.
it's not a matter of throwing out things, it's a matter of knowing when to eat what, and that requires you to now do meal prep, where they tell you now you're going to eat whatever you want, but the quantity of this versus that is going to be more in this period, and then so that's where you get into things like meal prepping.
I think I just need to get back to my being disciplined.
You get back into meal prepping, which means you
eating
know
life.
if I go to work out and then I eat this type of stuff because I meal prepped these days in the week, then there's my cheat day where I can go do my ice creams and all that other stuff.
I feel sorry for a woman you're going to marry, because, I mean, she has to prep all your meals according to what...
No, but I already meal prep my own self. So,
So
why
would you
would-
still meal prep yourself when you get married?
first of all, gone are the days when you marry someone to be your chef.
100%.
You can
gone are the
hire a
days.
chef.
Only people like you can
First
hire
of all,
chefs.
you can hire a chef. You need to buy a washing machine because your wife is not going to wash your
No,
clothes.
she's not your washing
You
machine.
need to buy a dishwasher because your wife is not a dishwasher. Or
Yeah,
your
the
spouse.
only thing now wives can do is manage the remote, turn on Netflix.
No,
So
there's
What did you
much,
just say
no,
that?
there's
That's-
much more than
Good
that.
Now you
company.
see how you're a narcissist?
No, there's much more than that. Yes, you
now,
need to understand.
now we see why he's a narcissist.
if I
we
get, I believe that
Why are you using such words?
the time we
The
live
only
in
thing
Jesse,
we have is
when
a
you live in
remote.
the house together, it's your house. It's
Yes.
not Jesse's house. It is our,
Our
house.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, also people
Which
don't
one?
just get married to women only. There are people who get married to men. There are people who get married to they.
You
so
like
your
insisting
spouse,
that every time and then...
No,
You're one of
Juliana
those
did
people
not
who likes
understand
preaching
me.
that gospel and
Juliana,
putting it
you
in
did
our
not
heads.
understand me. Nasa said, gone are the days you marry a woman to be a chef.
Eh.
Now a woman can just be there to manage the remote as you enjoy.
Now,
No.
let me help you. Now
did
a
not
woman...
marry. By the way,
now,
Jesse, let me
help-
tell you
help
something.
Now a woman... Gone are the days where women were looked at in that kind of manner, that we're supposed to cook and do, be chefs and be cleaners and all that. Now we are women that are sitting on the same tables with you and making
Yes,
serious
watching
decision,
football.
financial decision in our family and our businesses.
No, you take me to the extreme,
Yeah,
Julia.
but I'm
the
trying
way-
to help you. Don't
By
you
the way,
sound like that.
there's no marriage contract that says she also needs to make babies.
No,
so they
it's
are
not
not
written
baby
anywhere.
makers.
Because you
We're
can
not
go and
baby
have
makers
babies
either.
elsewhere.
No,
No,
I didn't
babies
say
can be
that.
made everywhere and elsewhere and with every. So we are not baby makers.
Jesse, I didn't
correct
say
you.
that. I deny
He's
that.
just trying to annoy me, and he
I'm
doesn't
not
want
telling
to
people to make babies
this is
anywhere.
called gender-based violence. So we are not baby makers. We're not dishwashers. We are not, machine laundry washers. We are contributors.
It's
we are
the spouse,
partners.
right?
We
It's
are.
the
I'm your
spouse.
spouse.
Mchinyarwanda.
That's why I urge
Mchinyarwanda.
all men out there, if you're trying to find a spouse, find one who has good money. Don't meet her when she needs a
So
job.
where does
and
it
needs
live
to be
as the
helped.
broke one?
Don't get a
Nasa,
spouse who needs to be helped.
repeat yourself. If you want to do what?
If you want to get married, get a spouse that's up there. Don't meet her in the trenches.
One who has good
because
money.
when
Did
she's
you
out of the
mention that?
trenches, she'll leave you.
I'm gonna ask you.
Get one who's already made.
Where does it leave everyone, the other people that don't have
Like
money?
broke girls
Like
or broke
girls.
spouses.
Broke spouses.
Broke spouses can find other broke people to chill
So
with.
broke should marry broke.
Yeah, and then like if you're a made person, find a made person. Like
You
stick
guys
to your
are not
levels.
being fair. It's not fair.
Yeah.
When you start telling us broke girls, broke women should marry broke men.
Okay, so
We want to elevate.
You guys, I am
Where are
a
we
bit.
married?
I'm a bit
By the way,
traditional.
today's
Jesse,
topic is
if you have a
totally
car,
I am
don't
a bit-
date women
I am
that
a-
take motors.
I
So
am
for
a
us who
bit
are taking motors, should we marry
traditional.
motop chaps as well?
Of course.
A guy with a car, a guy with a
I
car,
am so not happy.
a guy with a car should not
gender-based
date women.
violence.
Gender-based violence.
A guy with a car
You know,
should not, Jesse, a
we
guy
just
with a
ended
car
like-
or a woman with a car should not date a guy who takes motors because let's say you have this nice Mercedes that's on the ground and if you have a car, you have a neighborhood you stay in, right? Then you have your car driving down to some neighborhoods where it's going
pick
to
your
get like
boyfriend.
break the exhaust and whatever. Don't do that. In fact, if you really,
So
really
guys-
feel for this person, buy them a car too.
Thank you. Now you're talking. Now you're talking some sense. If someone feels you, let them buy
Or get
that
them a
car
Move subscription for 1
for
year.
a whole year. Like they don't have
You
to
know,
get on a
somebody
motor.
told me women actually do not marry the things we have as men. Women marry potential.
Who says that?
It's
Which
called
kind of women are you,
hypergamy.
which kind of women are you hanging out with? But anyway, you could have a point. I mean,
So
no one
just
wants
because he's going on a motor, but the potential is there.
he has, we see it, we see the future. The future looks brighter. Doesn't matter if he's on a motor
You guys,
today.
sorry for
we-
judging you, but you're just narcissists.
You are a narcissist
No,
yourself.
no.
Today's
Okay.
topic, let's roll.
So
NASA.
let's define narcissism, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So narcissism is a religion for people who believe in NASA. Okay, that's me being narcissistic.
Narcissistic behaviors is you now.
Anyway, let's get serious. Like, good morning, everyone. Today we are talking about narcissistic tendencies. They are behaviors that come from an inflated sense of self-importance, like you think you're the ish, and think of someone who always needs attention, feels they're superior, struggles with criticism, is not, those people are usually not full-blown narcissistic personality disorder, but they have the traits, right? And basically it's that self-importance, that your ego is more inflated than your real personality, and everything is about you. You think everything that happens is about you. You think when the government increases taxes, it's because they're against you. You think when they put like a ramp for people with disabilities, it's for you. You think pretty much the world revolves around you.
You're very special.
Yeah, you're special. Like
in your head.
And by the way, there's two types. There's the positive type of narcissism, and then there's the negative type. And I'm not saying either is nice. So a positive narcissist is this person who thinks I'm a celebrity, so I need to get like special treatment. Then the negative type is like, that friend of yours who has like a disability, and they say, for me, I know because of my disability, you guys don't want to hang out with me. That's also a narcissistic person. You think because of your disability, you think it's you I don't know. You think you're the center of attention because you have a disability, that you should get special treatment.
Someone would abuse you or insult you, and they say you're a narcissist, and they think they have really abused you and put you to your level. Kumbe, it could also be a good thing.
I don't think
To be a
I think a
narcissist,
narcissistic is not.
it
a
is
good,
not a
it's
good
not
thing.
A good
It's
thing.
But you said
No.
it's the positive of it.
No, I
Positive,
didn't
not
say
in
it's
the-
positive. I said it's called positive narcissism, but it doesn't mean it's positive. It's just a name. It's like those noun things they give you. British people are the ones who come up with these things. I mean, they have words that actually confuse you a bit. So they ask you a question and they say no. with a question
Listen,
mark.
And
Nasa.
like no, I
Yeah.
like using that.
It's
and
like
Listen.
it's like the
people
British
get
statement that
confused
most people get wrong is the one where you say no rush. You know, the one where no pressure. No pressure actually means the opposite of what it means. It
pressure,
actually
yes.
means pressure. We need it like yesterday.
But listen, you see, sometimes it is important to be a little selfish, especially when you have been used by people.
But narcissism is not selfish. It has nothing to do with selfishness. It has something to do with self-centered.
Everything
Vanity.
revolves
How
around
would you
That's a
differentiate being
narcissistic person.
self-centered and being selfish?
So basically, just it's a spectrum. Some people are mildly self-centered, while others go full-on main character energy in a way that hurts relationships.
But also, Nasa, do you think that there are people who have narcissistic behaviors unknowingly? They actually don't know they are being narcissists.
For them, it's natural.
So
It comes off.
Comments.
Okay, so let's speak out to the people out there, right? So narcissistic behavior is not something that you do knowingly. So because we're always talking about self-awareness, most narcissists don't know they're narcissistic. And the thing that brings it out so well is that in this generation, we have the society of the spectacle, we have social media. Social media and the internet amplifies narcissism very easily, right? So I don't know if you've noticed people that have that are stuck in that feedback loop. They want to feel validated by posting all sorts of things, and it becomes addictive. I'll give you an example. People that create content and put it on social media doesn't mean they're narcissists, those content creators. But there are people that just go so far in. I think you know the ones I'm talking about, the get ready with me types, the ones that are...
New year, new me.
No. There's nothing wrong with the new year, new me people. But I'm talking about a situation where... have you ever seen these videos where someone says, "Good morning, everybody. So today I went to Simba supermarket and this lady gave me my juice, the one I usually buy every morning." And then they even talk about the ingredients and all that. And then they say, "But then she didn't put a smile." That's a narcissist, because listen, we all take juice from this supermarket, or we all take juice
We don't
from
demand for
We do
smiles.
not. What is wrong with someone not smiling at you? Their job is to give you your juice, but who cares? Like, so what if they didn't smile to you? Find, I don't know, get a life. Something like that.
You just reminded me of something that was trending just this past week. Bossman, according to his name on X, posted a video of a teller in Equity Bank and said, "I visited Equity Bank Kisamento branch." And often this guy always seems uninterested in helping anyone. He talks really softly and looks at you like you're wasting time. Very bad and unwelcoming attitude. There's a picture of the gentleman who he's referring to. He tagged the bank, was looking for attention, and tagged everyone that we need to do better as Rwandans.
I know that kind of person. You know those people who try to push and pull 30,000 from their bank, and then it doesn't reach mobile money, and then they tweet the president, the prime minister, national bank, and I need my money. This is not right. Blah blah blah. I know that type of narcissist.
It didn't have
right?
to be 30,000.
I know that type of. You see,
But 30,000 is someone's money, Nasa.
okay, fine.
respect
a
on that,
million.
by the way.
Let's go a million.
Hey.
Let's go a million. Let's ballpark it, a million, right? So the thing is, if you've visited certain types of countries, like with different cultures, like the Nordic people, like people from Sweden, people from Norway, people from the Svensk countries, right? In those countries, they don't have small talk. Now, if you go to countries like Dubai, where there's Arabs and what, those guys have small talk that goes for 24 to 48 hours. We first talk, get to know each other, then go into the business deal. We don't just jump into business. In Africa, we have that thing as well. It's kind of similar, where we first discuss, have conversations, small talk, how are the kids and what, and start the conversation. So you see so many different cultures in different countries, right? Now, the Americans have oversold us something in marketing or customer care where someone has to be nicer to you than usual. So here's the thing. If you go to a bank teller, what do you want? To cash a check, to get your money and all that. The smile that goes with your money is not necessary. Maybe this guy is having a bad day. Maybe he has gotten some news back home. Maybe he's not feeling well. Maybe he just came back from, I don't know, Coatem, had malaria. Maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe his energy is low. The thing is, get your money, go, get a wife, get a spouse, get a, I don't know, get a
They
life.
give you the smile.
Get a
But
dog.
I would like
Get
to
a
disagree.
side chick,
I would like
get,
to,
I don't know,
Just-
find something
Nasa,
to
I
smile
would like
at
to
you.
disagree on that. I mean, honestly speaking, there are some places, there are some banks that you walk in and you regret walking there. Because, I mean, the attitude they're giving you is not welcoming. It's like they're saying, when are we getting done with you and you get out of here? You're a problem.
By the
I
way,
mean, I didn't
Juliana,
walk to your bank to
by the way,
become a
Juliana,
problem.
there's no bank.
And I'm not demanding for a smile, but I'm only asking what is supposed to be done to any
Which is
customer.
what? Which
talk
is
to
what?
me. I'm not don't smile
Talk
for
to
me
you or
because
give you your
no,
money.
talk to me nicely. Don't give me this look of I'm a problem.
Juliana,
There's one bank here that happened. It happened, by the way, and I threw jabs in my head, but I said, "Calm down."
Juliana, you need
I
to
am one
take-
person that
you need-
you rarely can annoy
you can
me.
always,
You don't annoy
you
me
could
easily.
always open an account in another bank and transfer your billions.
Indeed, I moved. I
and
moved
transfer
my
your
account.
billions.
No, my billions
And
were moved.
you need to understand that all our banks are licensed,
later
and
on-
none of them is less than $1 billion in BNR. So we are not going to steal your money.
No, but I also think it's very unfair to sometimes. Yes, we get annoyed, but it's very unfair to demand certain things from people. People are going through a lot. at
People,
some point.
I'm siding with the customer care people. People leave our customer care people alone. Those people are heroes. Those people have to deal with those sorts
And
of
they deal with a
characters
lot,
every
by
day.
the way.
They deal with people who don't wear deodorant. They deal with people who have frustrations.
breath.
They deal with people who they deal with people like me. Imagine dealing with me.
Narcissists like you.
Yeah. I want my money, then you give it to me. I'm like, now change it to a thousands. They go change the denominations. I'm like, you know what? I
But you
changed my
see,
mind. Give me
but-
5K.
But also, NASA, that's what you signed up for as someone who's working in that position.
But
you
they
took
didn't
an
sign
oath,
up to smile at
no,
you.
they signed an oath of taking care of clients, talking to people nicely. Do not be rude to people. People keep their money in those banks because
Jesse.
they feel safe. Now, if you give them that attitude, they don't feel any safety there.
Jules, the guy in Equity Bank, the one they took a picture of, I think that's not fair. First of
No,
all,
it's not fair. What
he
they
was
did
not
was not
rude
right.
to anyone.
Not
he
even
was
taking a picture,
simply
he can actually
minding
sue
his
that
business.
guy.
You're not supposed to take pictures of. But
That was wrong.
You know what, guys? The American way of life has made you guys very, very. I'm looking for the word narcissistic. I don't know. It's so close to home. The American way of life. You think when you post stuff on social media, we should
No,
like
the
it.
life of social media has actually made people think that anyone can own you, which everyone knows you. That's
you want
the
us to
assumption.
get ready with you.
Yeah, that's part of narcissism, yeah.
Yes, narcissistic. Like we get ready with you. You want us to
We are
smile at you when we're
content
giving you your
creators.
money. Just say, take your money to another bank if you want.
I don't need no smiles when I.
No, I don't need
it's
no
about my
smiles, but
money.
I just need to be
need my money.
professional.
I
By
just
the way,
need
you
to-
guys-
I want people to be professional.
For me, I feel
Now,
like
that
there's
scenario
something
that
wrong.
I'm telling you.
I feel like there's something wrong with me because when I get a lot of care in certain places, it's actually
It freaks you out.
terrifying. I'm scared. I'm like, am I gonna get robbed? Like, can we take your stuff to the casa? I'm like, oh
No, I don't like that.
nah,
I don't
I'm
like
not
that
gonna
one.
tip.
I wouldn't
I'm
take-
not
I
tipping.
don't
No,
like-
no, thank you.
So your problem is tipping.
No, the tipping is not the issue. I will tip if I want to tip.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't like that. Again, like there's a balance, right? There's so much customer care for me is so cheesy. I'm lactose intolerant.
It turns out to be corny for
yeah,
you. You
yeah.
start
I'm like,
worrying.
nah.
You know,
Someone's
there's-
carrying stuff for me, and I'm stronger than them.
I wouldn't
There is
allow
even
anyone
a
to carry
song
stuff
that
for me.
says "Too much love will kill you."
Okay, guys, for me,
Too
I'm
much
not
care
saying
would-
too much care.
Jesse,
I'm
I
only
feel
saying,
like we're having two different conversations here.
I am only saying, I don't know what just where he's heading, but we all see
Too
where
much
he's heading.
care.
No, I don't
Might
think-
as well be bad for you.
Jesse, I'm not saying that people should be too nice. I'm just saying people be professional. I condemn that bit of taking someone's picture and throwing it on social media.
It's not even a
And
picture; it's a video.
That is so wrong. That person, if I was the teller there, I would actually sue that guy. Don't do that.
Also, for me, that's not the part about the picture and the social media. For me, the worst part is you feel like you should get someone fired or reprimanded in their job.
And what's the
Just
and,
what's
and-
the
and
fuss?
so that you can have a good
I
day
know.
and have your coffee
Does it make you
with your
sleep comfortably?
narcissistic behavior.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like you should make someone else feel bad and because of your narcissistic behavior. But guys, the way to deal with narcissists is very hard because first of all, communication is key. You need to let them know how your actions affect how their actions affect you. The only problem is with narcissists, depending on how far they are down the spectrum, a lot of them be prepared to understand that they might actually not take it well and it will not register. They'll just say you're a hater.
But listen, Nasa, I think you'll be the right person to answer this question. How do narcissists typically respond to criticism or situations where they are not the center of
They
attention?
just react defensively to it. So they find any explanation that is not ingesting that which you say, the truth. They'll just overreact. They'll just fight back. They'll just project. They'll just reflect. They'll gaslight you. They'll find something about you and make it a thing. Like God forbid if you have like any physical impediments, they'll use that against you because you're talking about something else and then they gaslight you against something else. I think you know this kind of people that I'm talking about. Like they'll just throw it back in your face.
Can these traits be changed? Is there a way that this personality can actually turn around for better? Or
I think unfortunately,
regulated?
unless if you're a narcissist that's been told that you're a narcissist and you start understanding that you're one and you try to change it, I don't think external forces are going to help you change, because for me the advice I give is that anyone who's around narcissists, you just need to set boundaries. Don't let their behavior drain you. Don't take it personally. By the way, it's usually more about their insecurities than about you. In fact, if you have like a boss or some sort of supervisor that's narcissistic and always throwing tantrums and stuff, I think for me the place I go in my mind is I think about like a 3-year-old version of them. You know, when they're screaming at you and you're like, ooh, kuchu, kuchu, kuchu. Like, you know, you're like, oh, this is a little child, you know?
I think I remember if I told one human being how he's a narcissist and we have never talked again.
If it's severe, distance yourself.
I had to, because
if
I felt
it is
like
severe,
I can't take it.
just distance yourself.
I wanted to tell this to Mbappe, but I had
Killing Mbappe?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to.
Is he a narcissist?
He looks like he's one of extreme. Especially
I
when
think
you look
most
how
people have narcissistic behaviors. Let's just be honest.
Someone would argue that all of us here on radio are narcissistic,
yes,
because we're always going on about our feelings, you know, making fun of people's hobbies and all that. Like someone once spoke about people's boxers and stuff. And I think we are saying exactly the same things we do. But guys, let's draw the line. Are we narcissistic? Let's take a vote. Are we?
Well, I think I'm not.
Let me verify that.
I wouldn't know. I
think I have some tendencies. I think I do.
I wouldn't
at
know.
Some point.
I wouldn't deny that I'm not. I have a feeling it is up to my friends to decide. They will tell me. So I wouldn't know. It's up to my friends to decide, because I don't
Your
think
friends or
I know.
people who know you?
Yes, all those
They
people.
should be
It's
your
up to them
friends.
to decide, because I wouldn't know. It's not up to me to decide, because if I say I'm deciding, then it's that thing, you're stuck in your own
If
shell.
you are
In your
team
own self.
leader.
So I think the one way to actually fight narcissism or narcissistic behavior is to actually notice that you actually have that.
No, if you are team leader and your team achieves, and you go on to say, guys, I mean, if I wasn't here, what would you have done?
You're a narcissist.
You're being a
full
typical
blown.
one.
In
Not,
fact,
not
Jesse,
even hidden there.
for me, the key takeaway for people is that for you to find out if you're a narcissist, because I'm pretty sure everyone out there is going to be looking for it in other people instead of themselves.
Yeah.
That's not the purpose of our show. We usually make these shows so that people look inwards, not outwards. So guys, if you're listening to us right now, focus inwards, look at yourself in the mirror, right? And then ask yourself, confidence is great, right? You're confident, you it's good, it helps you get through the day, but ask yourself the question, does your confidence ever overshadow your kindness? Does it ever? If it does, then you're a narcissist. It's as simple as that. Are there situations where your confidence
repeat
overshadows
that
your...
English, because the English has been too simple and made it very complicated.
So you're confident, like all of you guys are confident out there. You psych yourselves to work, you go do those hard things and all that out there. You're pushy, you're an achiever and all that. But do you remember any instances where you're meeting people who are far less fortunate than you are, or people that are in your power, in your grasp? In that moment, does your confidence overshadow your kindness? If this happens to you very often, then you're a narcissist.
You know, when we say that broke people should marry broke people,
You're being narcissist.
should we apologize?
You should.
Nah.
You should. See, that's a narcissistic answer. Like
No,
that's
no,
a
no, no,
narcissism.
no, no, no.
You
Guys,
are, because
listen,
you
it's
should
one thing-
apologize.
it's one thing
not
to
because
I was
guys,
joking.
Of course,
I was joking.
Not
First of
because
all-
that I'm broke. I'm
Okay,
trying to defend
want to
broke people. I am
apologize.
just
I want
being,
to apologize.
being kind and being.
I was joking. I was just giving
want
good
to
advice.
apologize.
You said for us who grab motors should date people with motors only.
I was merely advising.
Okay, we want to apologize.
I was merely advising.
We shall pay for cabs because we can afford
I
cabs.
want to apologize to you, Juliana.
Please apologize.
On behalf of NASA.
No, but I cycle. I'm a cyclist. I have a bicycle, right? I'm a bicycle person.
Let me tell you.
But also
Fellow
remember,
ladies who are grabbing
no,
motors,
listen,
don't
Juliana,
worry.
you need to remember one thing. Work hard. You cannot sit there and say, well, you said broke people should marry broke people. No, just go ahead and work hard. Some situations we should be.
Well, I am not.
No, but just say me. I stand on my
I'm being
word.
very
Yes.
honest.
Narcissistic or not, I stand on my word.
Broke people
This
should.
is advice. If any of you has made it out of the trenches out there and you're not struggling anymore, try and find a spouse that's not struggling. If that fails, if love takes you in a place where someone is struggling and you're dating someone who's struggling, try and bring them up to your level. Like, try to get up together. Like bring this person out of the trenches.
Does
That's
that
what I
justify
meant.
the
I'm just gonna
sponsorship? Be a sponsor.
I'm gonna answer Jesse about and you, by the way. For people date for different reasons.
Yes.
Me, I have my checklist of why I should date someone. It's not about what they have and what
But
they
don't snitch
have.
on yourself.
No,
Don't
I'm
snitch.
not going to do
Yeah.
that. So if that person fits my checklist, well and good. I don't care. But a bit of being broke, yeah, I cannot.
It comes with a lot of
But
problems,
for
you
me, I'm
know.
not dating you for your money anyway.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
It comes with a lot of challenges.
I have just
I
been
just
corrected
don't want-
here. I've just been corrected here. Apologizing without adding stuff, that is narcissistic.
Yes. Thank you. Whoever has sent you that message.
Work hard doesn't mean buying a car and living the motor.
Yeah,
But don't just correct people. I just don't want to own one.
yeah.
You don't want to own a motor.
I'm looking for money to buy a Terrabout.
You know, Jules, you could skip the car. You could skip the car part.
I can't
and
believe I'm having this discussion. Listen,
you could skip the car part because a car is not a sign of
It's not,
success.
it's not, it's not
You
a
could
sign.
skip the car part and just do a helicopter. You know, like in Nairobi, the
That a
helicopter
chopper
to work.
flies me to work every
Yes,
morning.
like you could skip that level and be like, I've never owned a car. I just helicopter to work. It's also a flex to walk to work as well.
Yeah, indeed.
Because you could
for
own
me,
a house in like a prime real estate
I am a very
location.
realistic person that I never hide about myself. So I mean, talking about not having a car is normal for me.
It's also
not
a
like
flex. You don't do
I-
carbon emissions.
I am not that type. So I'm
We have the news
good.
coming up next, but this question is very important. What role does insecurity play in a narcissistic behavior, and how does it affect how a narcissist interacts with others?
So the insecurities that they have, they do not deal with them, so they overcompensate. So they feel like if they put other people down, then they can be okay with their insecurities. They can be okay with themselves. Because by default, when you have insecurities, you're not good with yourself. Also, I'm not speaking from a point where I don't have insecurities. We all have insecurities. It's okay to have insecurities. In fact, every normal person out there at least should have maybe 30% insecurities or even 50%. If you don't have them, then you're a psychopath. But your insecurities should not be strong enough to make you a narcissist. Also, they should not be projected outward towards others. And also, you should not put anyone down just to feel good about yourself. You've heard of that saying back in the day where they used to say that a slave never dreams of being free. They dream of owning their own slave. Yeah, you should dream of being free and not owning a slave as well.
Wait a minute. Juliana, we've run out of time. The news has to come
This
next.
conversation has to go in the next hour.
But where you said moto for moto, short for short, tall for tall,
No, we shall
brown
not
for
accept.
brown.
No.
Listen. Should we also conclude toxic person
For
toxic
toxic.
person
A narcissist.
for
Narcissist.
They are not toxic people. They're toxic behaviors, but they're not toxic people, guys.
So bottom line, we're not taking any of that. Short for short, no. Tall for tall, no.
I didn't actually say that.
No.
I merely
I ain't go for this crap,
guys,
man.
I
No.
merely advised, closing the conversation.
Yes.
I merely advised that
Yes.
if you want to get a spouse, get one that's not in the trenches. And if you can't get one that's in the, if your spouse is in the trenches, try to bring them out of the trenches. It actually evens out the score. And secondly, if ever your confidence overshadows your kindness always comes first, no matter what situation. You're pissed, you're in the bank, don't take that picture. Be kind.
don't.
Then if your confidence ever overshadows your kindness, you're a narcissist. You need to revise yourself. And you need to
We're
Problem
ending the
is-
year by checking ourselves, guys.
problem is some people think because they have a phone and data, they've made it in life.
They have arrived.
They've arrived.
So they
just
can
say,
post
stop
anything
fighting.
and anything.
You
I'm
need
not
to be
fighting
kind.
nobody.
You need to be kind. Don't
No,
fight. There's
we
no
are
violence.
addressing
It's
the
Monday
unkind
morning.
people. How do you go and post someone's
We are
picture?
here to
No,
take away
but
your
no.
mind of blues.
That boy was meant to
Narcissistic
go for
behaviors.
a weekend. Do you know what happened to him? He had so many questions to answer.
also he
his
might
videos-
he
No,
might
I'm
actually
being
lose his
very honest with
employment.
you that if
He
I was-
might lose his employment, and
That young man is
not
actually
cool.
going to lose his job because of that
It is
post.
not cool.
It's not cool at all. I have no idea whoever posted it, how they will live comfortably knowing they have
That
maybe
someone has lost,
it.
yeah.
Exactly. And then also, I think that teller needs to find a good lawyer. Sue that boy.
Kindness first.
Because, I mean...
No,
why
the
you-
teller does
sorry.
not need to find a lawyer and sue him. The teller needs to be kind.
Well,
When
like-
you're hit, turn the other cheek.
Well, you can be kind. Are you Jesus? here?
News
Are you
is
trying
up
to-
next.
are
Thank
trying
you
to-
so much, Nasa and Juliana.
From around the world in 3 minutes. The